We're live.
Hello.
Merry Christmas,
Hello.
everybody.
Hey, everybody. Merry Christmas. Wow, it is Christmas. It's like crazy this year, isn't it? It just seems like the year has just blown by in the weirdest way. This whole month, it's been pretty busy here. Um, and I've just been thinking, holy crud, it's Christmas already, and I'm not really prepared. I have things I have to do yet. Santa Claus needs to get to work. So, and I can't see anymore. So we put our glasses on. Anyway, so what are you guys doing? What's happening? What do we do lately? I know I've been really busy. I was sharing with Jordan and Michelle that the high-end market seems to be just really crazy busy. We've got a lot of buyers in town, a lot of buyers that were here that are still writing offers. So I know that I've received more offers this week, both in quantity and price point than I probably have ever received in my career. So it is definitely an opportunity and a demand for properties here on Maui. So Jordan, what about you? You just closed something this week, right?
Just closed on Grand Champions, 40. It was in the, kind of higher portion of the vacation rental at 800. So, yeah.
Sweet. And I know I just closed on a Grand Holly Kamaoli, which was another vacation rental, which is good to see that we're getting vacation rentals closing and selling. It's still the toughest market we have. We've got some stats we'll talk about in a little bit. My computer's wigging out on me. But yeah, that definitely is interesting. But even more important, we had a great week last week where we went to, we talked about it last show, the toy drive that we had. And we went to Target, and with all of the agents, Jordan and Michelle were both there. They brought Michelle's sister, and Jordan brought his girl. But we had about 25 or 30 people at Target at 7:30 on Friday morning, and spent probably, I'm guessing we had probably somewhere in the neighborhood of $4,000 to $5,000 worth of toys. The company, we basically seeded everybody to spend some money and gave them $50 a piece, and then a bunch of the agents came back with basketfuls of toys, and that was so cool to see everybody just stepping up, showing up, being part of the company process. And then we took the toys to one of our fellow real estate companies, the Hanson Ohana, who does a toy drive for 22 years. They've been doing the toy drive for the Children's Justice Center. And so it was so cool. When I took the toys over there, Bob said, my gosh, this is so amazing. You guys this is so great. We need to step up our game. We're going to start doing what you're doing with our company, which made me feel really good because he goes, we sort of got complacent, and but it's so cool to be able to. And his whole office was full of toys. I mean, just like thousands and thousands and thousands of toys, and it was just a really neat experience. And I had so many agents come up to me afterwards from our company and say, "Wow, that was such a feel good. We just so much appreciated being able to do this," and so I loved it. What do you guys think? I'm just rambling.
It was great. I think doing it as a team was really fun. We've never done it like that in the past. We'd always just show up to the Christmas party with gifts and stuff. But I mean, it was almost like what is that show, that shopping spree show? I mean, we were going down the aisles with this stuff and putting in stuff. It got really fun, to like pick out toys and just think about the kids that are be receiving them and stuff. So I filled up my basket, and we get out, and there's like a whole spread, so it felt really good, just to really do that and see everybody, when you give, you receive too, so everybody's all smiling and happy after. So
so I would encourage any business owners next year, if you've got teams or family, you just give them a little bit of money and they'll bring back a lot more. And it was so cool, and everybody seemed to be there was nobody who didn't walk away feeling really good about what they did. So I love that. So and it's Christmas Eve, right? I forgot to mention that, didn't I?
Is it? What?
Yeah. We were talking about that. See, I forgot again already. We do want to talk about real estate a little bit, because we did the statistics, and it's interesting to see that in South Maui, statistically speaking, we really are three different markets, I guess you would say. We've got the resort condominium market. We've got the residential condominium market, which means long-term people who live here. And then we have the residential housing market. And, we did the numbers, and for the vacation rental condo market, there's currently 209 available units in the market, but only 48 pending. So it's really quite a lot of available inventory, which we believe that means that when there's supply, greater supply than demand, that means opportunity. So I think there's definitely some opportunity out there. Some of our sellers are holding firm, but some of them are sellers. With the residential condos, it's a much different picture. Only 74 units available, and there's 56 pending. So the delta is much smaller. And so that is a market that is definitely moving, and we're seeing, prices pushing up in that market. I think our resort condos, the prices have been pretty flatline. You agree with that, Jordan? I don't think we're seeing them push up
overall. Yeah.
But the residential condos are definitely inching up a bit. And then the telling one is the residential, the homes on lots, traditional house. 59 active and 52 pending, which is our supply is so small compared to what the demand is that we're just seeing crazy drive for those kinds of markets for houses right now. And the price points on that, just to give people an idea, between $675,000 would be the least expensive house in South Maui, Kihei, Wailea, Makena area, and it goes up to $27 million. There is so quite a disparity, but still, there's been several high-end properties that are under contract or sold as well recently. So that's what's happening in our market. I think we're going to continue to see it escalating. I know I've got clients coming in. I've got clients texting me that are actively looking to buy. 1031 exchanges are happening because there's a lot of people on the mainland that are selling properties and now looking to replace them with their property in Maui that they can utilize a little bit more for personal use.
It's been interesting to see. I mean, it's just totally different than last year too, and the previous years before that, because our vacation rental market was always the really hot, reliable market. Residential seemed to lag behind a little bit. It was always busy, but not like this year. It's been crazy, especially when you get in the lower price point, lower end of our market too, as well as the luxury, ultra luxury. We're seeing just the 800 and less homes just going like,
if it's a decent house, it's just nuts. I know we just had a home in Pialani Village 1 that we agent in the company listed for, I don't know, $1.39 million, $1.40 something like that. And I thought, man, that's a lot of money for that neighborhood. And boom, it was gone in 3 days. So there is demand, and the people are looking for really nice houses. And so, it's definitely, it's an interesting market. So definitely some opportunity out there. So we'll keep that in mind. If you have questions about the market, by all means, always reach out to us, Jordan or myself, whoever you think is cuter. No, whoever you reach out to either one of us, and we'd love to help you out. Jordan really knows the whole island better than I do. I work South Maui for the most part, but we can help you out and pass you or work with you together, whatever you prefer. We're happy to help you in the market. But now the last thing I want to talk about is Christmas traditions, because it is Christmas Eve, and we were talking about some things before the show. And Jordan every year makes what he calls with his family Chinese pretzels. I call them something else, but I call them rosettes because we come from the Eastern European and Jordan coming from the Asian market or world, and they're the coolest little things. They're these little like fried thin dough. How would you explain it?
Crunchy fried dough goodness.
Yeah.
And it's funny because my parents used to make them growing up, and that was like their Christmas gifts to give to everybody. And they stopped doing it for a little bit. And I don't know if it was me or my sister. And basically, it's a lot of work. That's the only downside.
It's a lot of work.
So I think it was a few years ago. I was like, hey, let's do Chinese pretzels again this year. And they're kind of like, oh, and then they're like, it'll be good. And so we did it. And, I gave some to Tom, I think was the first year we started doing it again. And Tom was like, oh my God, those are amazing. I love these things. And so, every year since then, we realized that every time we give them out, people just love them. So it's fun. We sit in our garage, or my parents' garage up country. My dad has a huge wok. We set up 2 chairs, and it's a 2-person operation. So the other day, my mom and my dad did it. And then the other day I came up, my dad was you have the mold, you have the dough. My mom made the dough. You put in the hot oil, it separates, and the other person is the flipper and takes it out just at the right time. So it's really fun. It's like a nice little, family activity, and then we know that everybody loves it. So
I love the Christmas tree, and I was so excited yesterday. I was just busy, crazy, and I walk in and I see the bag of Chinese pretzels. It's like, oh yeah, and I ate. There was 4 packages of them. He really hooked me up. I ate a whole package, like right then.
nice.
And then last night I ate another half a package because I love those things. Anyway,
It
so
was my first time trying them. I'm hooked.
yeah. And when I grew up, they were called rosettes. Probably a little different dough everywhere. It's different, but the in our world they would put little dabs of jelly in the middle of them. So if people know what I'm talking about, they're like these thin, crispy. Oh gosh. Anyway, and powdered sugar on them sometimes too. That was the other thing.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, so thank you for those. I love that.
No problem.
And so, how about you, Michelle? I know you're here. It's your first Christmas away from home. You got your sister here with you. And what was your family traditions?
Yeah, I'll have to make some new traditions now that I'm on Maui, but I used to always with my family, we would stay up until midnight and then open our presents at midnight. And you guys just reminded me, our family used to make this drink called coquito. It's like a Puerto Rican version of eggnog. It's made of rum and like coconut milk and stuff and cinnamon. I'll have to make some for you guys.
That
Yeah.
should be your tradition, and bring that over here, man.
Yeah, I love it.
Awesome.
So we would, when I was a kid growing up, it was crazy. We were pretty spoiled, and my mom always loved to shop. So we would have this tree. We would go to midnight mass. We were Catholic. We'd go to midnight mass, and then we'd come home from midnight mass when I was a little kid, and the tree would be filled. Santa would show up. Now Santa wrapped our presents. My wife's Santa didn't wrap her presents. So it's always different everywhere. But we would get home and we would pass out all the presents, and I had 2 brothers and a sister, and it would like be a feeding frenzy. If you could imagine a present getting thrown into a vat of piranhas, and they all just ripped into it. That was our Christmas Eve. And so my wife, when she joined our family, she watched this experience and she went home. She goes, "Oh my gosh, Tom, you guys are nuts." So now we open our presents on Christmas Day, and it's one at a time. And with our kids, our Christmas morning, it goes into the afternoon, and we typically won't get all our presents opened until midday because everybody opens one present at a time. And I have to say, it's such a pleasure. It's so enjoyable, and we just enjoy just relaxing with each other. And we'll open some presents, then we'll have breakfast, then we'll open some more presents, and then we'll have lunch and just hang out. So it's really cool. I love that morning, Christmas morning for us. But then the Christmas Eve now, Lori, my wife, many years ago said, I want to start a Christmas tradition, and I want to go to Mama's Fish House every year. And this was probably 2010 or so. And so now every year we go to Mama's Fish House for Christmas Eve, and it's always such a pleasure. So we're going. My one daughter isn't here, so I'm bummed about that, but we're going to be sharing it with some of our neighbors as well. And so we'll be doing Christmas Eve, 7:30 reservations tonight. So if anybody's there,
make sure you take a couple pictures and post it on Lifestyle for.
Okay, that's a good idea. I will try to remember that. So if I can take my phone out, because it is Christmas Eve dinner, and
that's true. No pressure.
I'll check with the crew. But anyway. Yeah. But just I think it's so neat. Christmas is such a beautiful time, and remembering really the reason for Christmas and the spirit of it all is important. I grew up with all about the presents, but it really is so much more than that. And I love to give presents. I love to, the toy drive was such a great experience for me, and it has been. So I'm so excited about that. So anyway, any parting words, Michelle, Jordan?
Mele Kalikimaka.
Oh man, she's said like a true local. Love it. And my Talk Pigeon Tuesday word this week was ohana. So I was like, focus on ohana. A lot of people can't do big gatherings and stuff, but your immediate ohana, people that you love, spend time with them. So
enjoy. I agree with you. It's so important, especially today, to have your ohana. And we can, we'll be zooming in, I'm sure, or FaceTiming or WhatsApping with my daughter in Nicaragua, and it will be a little sad for me. It's the first Christmas that we won't have all of our family together, and I know a lot of people experience that, and that's nothing new. But your sister is going to be down in where's she at? She's not here, is she? George?
New Zealand.
New Zealand. That's it.
Yeah, her and her husband.
I think Michelle left.
She's like, "Merry Christmas, I'm out."
I'm done. I said all I got to say. Anyway, everybody, Have a great holiday. Have a great Christmas. We may or may not be back on New Year's Eve, most likely, depending on how the world goes this week. But
Yeah.
enjoy your Christmas. Enjoy your family and all of your traditions. And we'd love for you guys to post what your traditions are. If you can go on our Facebook page and just sort of write up your tradition. Tell us what it is. Post some pictures. A Lifestyle Maui on Facebook. I'd love to see what your traditions are because I think that's so important to have traditions to be consistent with your family. And if you don't have a tradition, make it this year that you start a tradition, whatever it might be. I think that would be a good goal for you to do. So Jordan, you've got a new girl. Maybe you should start a tradition too.
Maybe we'll see you at Mama's, huh?
Oh. Well, I only have one chair left, so one of you maybe.
Yeah, we'll figure out something else. But
all right,
yeah.
aloha, mali kaliki maka, and everyone have a beautiful holiday and a great New Year. If we don't see you before that, aloha.
Happy holidays.